Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the mat and welcome back to Intuitive Moves. Today we'll get started lying down. Option to find a reclined butterfly. So bringing the knees nice and wide, soles of the feet together and relaxing down onto your mat, finding a nice comfortable position. Your hands can be by your side, maybe one on the belly, one on the chest, whatever feels good. And let's just start to land in the body with each exhale, maybe softening that a little bit more. Letting go of any stresses, any worries. Just giving yourself permission to prioritize you, your breath, your practice as we make our way through our sequence today. Just taking the next moment to scan through the body, checking with yourself, noticing anything might arise, maybe that's physically, mentally, emotionally. There's no right, there's no wrong, you don't need a reason why, just notice what is. Become the observer. And let's bring this awareness to the breath. And in a moment, we'll explore our full yogic breath together. So we'll inhale from the bottom to the top of the lungs and exhale from the top to the bottom. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, gently releasing the air and taking a big inhale in through the nose, fill the belly, followed by the ribs, lastly the chest. Exhale, chest falls, ribs hug in, belly button draws to spine. Inhale, belly rises, ribs expand, collarbones lift. Exhale, collarbones fall, ribs hug in, belly button draws to spine. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. And just keep this going at your own pace, matching your inhales with your exhales. Reminding yourself that we use our breath throughout our practice as our point of guidance. And whenever you feel your mind wander, maybe you're challenged in a pose, see if you can bring that awareness back to your breath. And maybe you'd like to take this moment to set yourself an intention, whatever that might look like for you this morning or today or this afternoon or whenever you're practicing. When you're ready, let's just slowly bring the knees together, so the soles of the feet on the floor. Hands by your side, let's find some windshield wipers, just knocking the knees side to side. Starting to move with your breath, inhale over to one side, exhale over to the other. And next time your knees knock over to the side, let's take that top toe, trace it all the way along the ground to the fingertips on the opposite side, and exhale to sweep back to center. We'll go the other side. Toe sweeps down on the ground up to the fingertips, and exhale to sweep back to center. We'll do 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And last one. Both feet are on the floor, hands by your side, spinal articulation, tuck the pelvis, roll up through each vertebrae to a bridge, and then exhale to roll all the way back down to the ground. Let's keep that going at your own pace. The inhale takes you all the way up to the sky, and the exhale brings you all the way back down to the ground. Really working on that isolation, so lifting one vertebrae at a time and placing one back down on the ground at a time. There's no rush, seeing how long, how smooth you can make this roll. We'll go for another inhale. So next time your hips are to the sky, let's keep them there. As you arrive, see if you can transfer the weight into the left foot, lift the right foot up to tabletop. Let's pulse the hips up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the hips up, change legs, left leg to the sky, pulsing the hips for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower all the way down to the mat. Let's hug both knees into the chest, hold onto your kneecaps, roll the knees away from each other, making it as big as you'd like. And let's change directions, knees go towards each other. And on your next exhale, let's find center, hold behind the thighs and rock all the way over to your hands and knees. We'll find a 4-point kneeling. Just quickly checking in with your alignment as you arrive. Shoulders are over our wrists, hips are over the knees. Let's drop the belly open at the chest, look to the sky, and exhale to round out through the spine for some cat-cows. Inhale to drop the belly open at the chest, and exhale to round out through the spine. Let's keep that going at your own pace, and always option to explore some intuitive movement. Bring the chest down and around. Maybe you wag the tail, whatever feels good. Staying nice and active through the hands, just exploring however the body wants to move today. Another 2 breaths here. And on your next exhale, let's make your way back to a neutral spine. Extend the right leg behind you, finding a calf stretch, so pressing the heel down towards the ground. Option to pulse, option to find stillness, whatever feels best. Let's stay for another inhale, and exhale to release. We'll change sides. Left leg goes back, find that calf stretch. Maybe you hold still, maybe you pulse. And on your next exhale, let's bring both knees down to the ground, tuck the toes, hover the knees just off the ground, and exhale to press the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. We'll just take a moment here to pedal out the feet, so bending one knee at a time. Maybe you drop one knee in front of the other. Maybe it's pulsing the chest towards the thighs, whatever feels good. We'll have another 2 breaths to explore here. And on your next exhale, we'll find stillness in our down dog. Rise up on the toes, and on your inhale, ripple all the way forward to a high plank. And exhale to bend the knees, press back, downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Rise up on the toes, ripple all the way forward. Exhale, bend the knees, press it back. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale to rock forward. Head is the last thing to arrive. 2. And last one. Next time you're in a high plank, let's hold it there. Taking little steps, walk the feet all the way to the hands, forward fold. We'll leave our left hand on the floor. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Maybe you straighten out through the back of the right leg. Holding for an inhale. And exhale to lower. Let's change sides. Left hand reaches to the sky. Maybe the back of the left leg straightens. One more inhale. Exhale to release. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, right hand. And exhale to release. Last one. Inhale, left hand. And exhale to release back down to the ground. Ragdoll, holding onto opposite elbow, let the head hang loose. Maybe you find a gentle sway side to side, a bounce up and down. Just releasing through the upper body, letting the shoulders drop away. 2 more breaths. One more inhale. And exhale to release the hands. Let's tuck the pelvis, roll up through each vertebrae, all the way to stand. As you arrive, we'll take a big shoulder roll to realign. Inhale to reach both hands to the sky. Let's step the right foot over the left. Hold on to the right wrist and grow nice and tall through the right hand. Exhale to take it over to the left. Maybe the eye gaze goes under the armpit. Let's stay here for a big inhale. Exhale to release back to neutral. Let's change sides. So unravel the legs, left over right. Reach tall with the left, hold onto the wrist with the right, and take it over to the right. Maybe the eye gaze goes under the armpit. Let's stay here for a big inhale. And exhale to release back to neutral. Release the feet, bring the palms together. Take the eye gaze to the thumbs. Squeeze your bum, squeeze your belly. Reach up nice and tall, and on your exhale, open through the heart like you're shining the chest to the sky. We stay for another inhale. And exhale, forward fold, let it all go. Hold onto the ankles, pull it nice and tight. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to a high plank. Shift the weight forward so the shoulders are beyond your wrists. Always option to lower the knees down to the ground. Let's do 3 chaturanga push-ups here. Inhale to lower halfway. Exhale to press. Good, elbows hug back. Inhale to lower. Exhale to press. Last one, inhale to lower. Exhale to press. Beautiful. Inhale to lower all the way down to the belly. Let's bring the hands either side of the mat, tent up your fingertips and send the elbows to the sky. Tuck your chin, roll up through each vertebrae for a striking cobra. Head is the last thing to arrive. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, left shoulder down to the ground, elbows go to the sky, look under the right. And inhale to bring it back to striking cobra. Let's do the other side. Exhale, right shoulder, look over the left, elbows to the sky. Inhale, back to center. We'll do one more each side. Exhale, left shoulder down. Inhale, bring it back to center. And exhale, right shoulder down. Inhale to bring it back to center. And exhale to lower all the way down to your mat. Release your hands next to your lower ribs. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your head and chest up off the ground. We're nice and active here in baby cobra. Back bend option 1 for our vinyasas. Hug the elbows together, shoulders down to the hips. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your bum. All active all the way down to the toes. We'll stay for another big inhale. And exhale to relax back down. Upward facing dog. Let's press into the hands. Lift the thighs up off the ground this time. So we're active all the way through down to the toes. The shoulders press away from the ears. We're still breathing in and out through the nose. Let's take another big inhale. And exhale to relax back down to the mat. Tucking your toes, press back onto the knees, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Staying nice and active through all 10 fingers, squishing any space between your hands and the mat. Let your head hang loose. See if you can rotate your elbow creases to the front of your mat. Our chest presses towards the thighs. Tailbone opens to the sky and our heels actively press down. It's okay if they don't touch, and it's okay if there's a bend in your knees. Let's stay for another big inhale. And exhale. Inhale to rise up on the toes, big bend in your knees. Exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall mountain, reach your hands all the way to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Samasthiti. Let's start to flow, Surya A. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold, let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, step, maybe hop back. Chaturanga, high to low plank. On your inhale, your back bend, baby cobra, or maybe upward facing dog. And exhale to squeeze your bum, send your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rise up on your toes, big bend. Exhale, step, maybe float to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall mountain, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that again. Inhale to reach. Try to follow your breath. Exhale, fold, let it go. Hold on to the ankles. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step or hop back. Chaturanga, high to low plank. On your inhale, your back bend. And exhale, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Reconnect with your breath here. Remember, it's okay if you're moving at a different pace to what I'm cueing. See if you can connect with your body, your breath. Let's stay for another inhale. And exhale. Inhale to rise up on the toes. Exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall mountain, reach your hands to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart space. Samasthiti, chair pose. Keep those big toes together. Hands sweep down and up, hips sink down towards the ground. Really think of hugging the belly in here to support our lower back. The chest stays proud. The eye gaze is forward. So we find that dristi, something to stare at, something to take our focus. Try not to dart around the room, staring at one thing. Let's stay for another 2 breaths here. One more inhale. Holding for the exhale. Can you transfer the weight to your right foot with control? Pick up the left foot and step it all the way to the back of the mat. High crescent lunge. Adjust your feet if you need to. Rise up on the back toes. Active all the way down to the back heel. So squeeze the back knee into your thigh. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into that front knee. Squaring the hips as much as you can. So pull the right hip back, left hip forward. And remember to stay active through the glutes, through the belly to support. One more big inhale here. And exhale, with control, lower the back knee all the way down to the ground. Let's bring the hands to the hips, or maybe to blocks if you have them by your side. Letting the hips drop down, the chest stays proud. We're here for a big inhale. And on your exhale, straighten the front leg, bend the back. Half splits, maybe the fingertips reach forward. Maybe they're on blocks. Let's stay for another big inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Let's send the weight forward, bend into that front knee. Hands to hips, chest is proud. Big inhale. Exhale, half splits. Big inhale. Exhale, low lunge, bend into the front leg. We'll do that one more time. Big inhale here. Exhale, half splits. Big inhale. And exhale, low lunge. Let's keep our hands by the side here. Tuck the back toe. Can you lift the back knee back off the ground and reach the hands to the sky? We're back in our high crescent lunge. Holding for another inhale here, and exhale to step that back leg forward to chair pose. Sink the hips nice and low. We stay here for 2 breaths, nice and strong through the belly. Find that drishti, that point of focus. One more big inhale. Holding for the exhale, can you pick up that right foot, send it to the back of the mat, high crescent lunge. Let's find that active position here, squeezing the back leg, rise up on the back toes, sink nice and deep. Strong through the belly, 2 breaths. Beautiful work, one more inhale. Exhale with control, lower the back knee all the way down to the ground. Hands to the hip or to your block, let the hips drop low. Square them off, left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Strong through the belly, through the glutes. Let's stay for another inhale. Exhale to straighten the front leg, hands to the mat. Maybe they walk forward, maybe they're on your blocks. Keep that breath flowing, big inhale. Exhale, low lunge, bend into the front leg. Proud through the chest. Big inhale. Exhale, half splits. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, half splits. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge and hold. Let's bring those hands to the sky. When you're ready, tuck that back toe, lift the back knee. We're back in high crescent lunge. Beautiful work. One more big inhale here. Exhale, both hands to the floor. This time we step that front leg back to a high plank. Chaturanga, high to low plank. On your inhale, your back bent. And exhale, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Let's stay nice and active through the hands all the way down to the back heels. Find your breath. If you need a break, taking a break at any stage. We'll bring our big toes together at the back of the mat. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open out the hip, and let's find some hip circles. 2 one way, 2 the other way, making them as big as you can. Changing directions if you haven't already. Next time that knee is to the sky, let's keep it there. Hold for a big inhale and exhale. Weight comes forward, knee into the nose with control. Step it to your right thumb. Drop your back heel down to the ground. Warrior 2, hands windmill down and around. I'll just change sides. Eye gaze, that drishti's over the front middle finger here. We're nice and strong through the belly, through the bum to support. Our shoulders are over hips. We're actively pulling those heels together. Let's stay for another big inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow meets front knee, backhand bowls down, looking for that nice long line from your top fingertip all the way down to your back heels. Think of looking under the top armpit. Keep that breath steady. Stay active through the legs, through the feet. Staying for another inhale. Exhale, legs stay exactly where they are. Reverse your warrior. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Keeping that nice big juicy bend in the front knee. One big inhale here. And exhale, both hands to the floor. Step your right leg back to meet the left. Option for a 3-leg chaturanga. Maybe you keep that right leg floating. Maybe you bring it down to the mat, your choice. On your inhale, your back bend. And exhale, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Reconnect with your breath here. In and out through the nose. Let's bring our big toes together at the back of the mat. Inhale, left leg to the sky this time. Bend the knee, open out the hip. Keeping those shoulders nice and square. Let's find those circles. 2 one way and 2 the other. Next time your knee is to the sky, let's keep it there. Hold for a big inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, tiger curl, hug it into your chest. With control, step it to the left thumb. Drop the back heel down. Warrior 2, sinking into that left knee. Actively pressing the left knee out. So you should be able to see your big toe on the inside of the knee. Shoulders are over hips. Eye gaze over that front middle finger. Find that activation. Breathe. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Let's stay here for another inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow meets knee, backhand bowls all the way down, looking for that nice diagonal line. Looking under the armpit. Stay active through that underbody. We're not dumping into the shoulder. 2 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, legs stay where they are. Let's reverse the warrior. Left hand goes high. Keeping that nice juicy bend, actively pressing the left knee out. One more inhale here. And exhale, both hands to the floor. Left leg steps back. Option for that 3-leg chaturanga. High to low plank. On your inhale, your back bend. And exhale, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Let's find that breath in and out through your nose. 3 breaths here. One more big inhale. Holding for the exhale. Inhale to rise up on the toes, big bend in your knees. Exhale, step or walk to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall mountain, reach your hands all the way to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart space, Samastiti. Let's find chair pose again, so those big toes stay together, hips sink down and up. Hips sink down, arms sweep up, sorry. Strong through the belly, we're finding our breath, 2 breaths here. One more big inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart space. Rotate to face the right side of the room, and we'll hook our left elbow on the right knee. If you have side crow in your practice, now is a great opportunity to explore it. If you're coming with me, we press the hands down into the sternum. Think of rotating through the chest. Just be mindful that we're not jumping, so we're not popping our left knee forward. So see if you can bring it back in line with the right knee. We have 2 breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, look down to the ground. Transfer the weight to your right foot with control. Can you pick up your left foot and step it all the way to the back of your mat? Twisted lunge. Trying to keep those hands where they are, active through the legs, all the way down to the back heel. We'll stay for another inhale. And exhale to drop the back heel, release the arms. Warrior 2. Find that dristi over the front middle finger. Remember, we're staying active through that front leg, so we actively press it out, hugging the heels together. Let's stay for another big inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow meets knee, back hand bowls all the way down. We've been here before. Option to stay here, option to find a half bind, internally rotating the top hand, reaching behind you for that front thigh. Roll the top shoulder open. 2 breaths. Really nice. One more big inhale. And exhale to release your hands back to warrior 2. We hold for the inhale here. Exhale, Skandasana into the left leg. So straighten the front leg, hug the left heel in, and bend into the left knee. So we're bending into the left leg, straight down the right leg, active all the way down to the toes. Maybe we stay up high, maybe we drop down nice and low. We're only here for an inhale. On your exhale, reach all the way up and over, warrior 2. Adjust your feet as you need. We'll do that 2 more times. Big inhale. Exhale, Skandasana. Adjust your feet, bend into the left, straight through the right. Big inhale. Exhale, warrior 2, all the way up and over. Inhale. Exhale, Skandasana. Big inhale. And exhale, warrior 2, and hold. Let's find that breath again. 2 breaths here. One more big inhale. Exhale, your backhand, left hand sweeps down to the front of the mat. Lift up the back heel so we're in easy twist, reaching the right hand to the sky. We're actively pressing into that left hand here, pulling away from the shoulder so we're nice and active. Can we rotate all 10 toes to the right hand side of the mat? Maybe you need to wiggle that front leg down the mat a little bit and drop the hips nice and low. Hold for an inhale here and exhale to lift the hips even higher. Big inhale. Exhale to lower. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale to reach. Exhale to lower. Inhale to reach 1 more time. Let's hold it here. Side plank. Option 1, we lower that back knee, extend that top leg long. Option 2, we stack the feet at the back of the mat. We're lifting up through the underside body, holding for an inhale. And wherever you are, take that top leg, step it underneath your sit bone, and reach the hands to the sky. Wild thing. Maybe you reach to the front of the mat. 2 breaths. 1 more big inhale.
Exhale, both hands to the floor, rotate to face the mat. Option for 3-leg chaturanga, high to low plank. On your inhale, your back bend. And exhale, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Let's stay here for 2 breaths. Big inhale. Hold for the exhale. Inhale to rise up on the toes, big bend. Exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Hips go down, hands go high. Strong through the belly. Find that drishti, something to look at. 2 breaths here. Good, one more big inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart space. Rotate to face the left-hand side of the room. Hook the right elbow on the left knee. Press the hands into the heart space. Option to explore side crow here. 2 breaths. Check in with the hips. They're nice and square. One more big inhale. Exhale, look down to the ground. Can you transfer the weight to the left? Pick up your right foot. With control, step it all the way to the back of the mat. Let's stay here for the twist for the inhale. Exhale, drop the back heel down. Arms bowl all the way down and over. Warrior 2. Looking over that front middle finger. Check in with your alignment. Front knee, front toe facing the front of your mat. Back toe facing 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock-ish. 2 breaths. One more big inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Elbow meets knee, backhand bowls all the way down and up. Looking for that nice long line. Option to stay here, option to find the half bind. Internally rotating the hand, reaching behind you for that front thigh. 2 breaths. One more big inhale. Holding for the exhale. On your next inhale, let's release the hands back to warrior 2. Skandasana into the right leg. So straighten the left, hug the right heel in. Sinking nice and low. Maybe you stay upright. Maybe you come a little bit lower. See if you can get the heel down towards the ground. Chest is proud. Big inhale here. You know what's coming. Exhale, warrior 2, all the way up and over. Sinking nice and deep. Big inhale. Exhale, Skandasana. Adjust the feet. Big inhale. Exhale, warrior 2, up and over. Inhale. Exhale, Skandasana. Last time, big inhale. And exhale, warrior 2, and hold. Find the drishti, 2 breaths. Stay active through the belly. Even when you're getting tired, come back to the breath. One more big inhale. Exhale, easy twist. Backhand your right hand to the front of the mat. Left hand to the sky. Rotate all 10 toes to face the front of your mat. So making sure we're picking up the back heel here. Active through the right hand, the supporting hand. Shoulder is over our wrist. Side plank, option number 1, we lower the back knee, left leg goes out. Option number 2, we're stacking our feet at the back of the mat. Stay active through the side body. Are you still breathing? One more big inhale. Hold for the exhale. Wherever you are, left leg lifts up, placing it underneath your sit bones, reaching the left hand to the sky, maybe to the front of the mat. 2 breaths. Really enjoy it. One more big inhale. And exhale, both hands to the floor. Option for a 3-leg chaturanga here, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's find our breath here. Find our breath, find our microphone, finding all the things. Let's stay for another big inhale. Hold for the exhale. Let's flush it out with 1 round of Surya A. Inhale to rise up on the toes, big bend in your knees. Exhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall mountain, reach the hands high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Samasthiti. Let's make our way back down. Last time, inhale to reach tall. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, step or hop back. Chaturanga, high to low plank. On your inhale, your back bend. And exhale, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Let's find 2 breaths. One more big inhale. Holding for the exhale. When you're ready, let's bring those knees nice and wide on the mat. Child's pose, sink the hips down. Let the forehead rest on the floor. Come back to your breath. 3 breaths here.
Hold for the exhale. Let's shift onto our hands, finding a 4-point kneeling. Left hand stays where it is, right hand reaches to the sky. Thread the needle, exhale to thread it underneath the left. The shoulder and the cheekbone meet down on the ground. Option to stay here, option to reach that left hand all the way forward, or maybe finding a half bind, lifting it up and over. Wherever you are, we're rolling that top shoulder open to find a twist. And we're here for 2 breaths. One more big inhale. Holding for the exhale. And on your inhale, left hand to the floor, let's pop back up. 4-point kneeling, let's change side. Our left hand reaches all the way to the sky. And exhale to thread underneath the shoulder, the cheek meet the ground. Option for the right hand to stay where it is, reaching forward, or a half bind. Wherever you are, roll the top shoulder open, 2 breaths. One more inhale. And exhale to release that top hand, pressing back up to our 4-point kneeling. Let's sit on our bum, swing both legs around to the front of the mat. We'll find a seated forward fold. So everyone's going to sit up nice and tall. And exhale to hinge at the hips to bring the chest forward. Option 1, we hold behind the thighs. Option 2, we hold onto the feet, or maybe a block beyond the feet. Walking the knees as far away as they go. It's okay if there's a bend in the knees. Taking another big inhale. And exhale to lengthen the spine as you bring the chest towards the toes. Once you find the depth of your stretch, lower the crown of the head. Maybe you find a nice stretch through the backs of the legs. Stay active through the feet. Maybe the lower back, maybe through the back of the neck. Everyone's a little bit different. Another 2 breaths here. Last inhale. And exhale to release your stretch. Let's roll all the way down to the mat. Let's come into our shoulder stand today for our inversion. If you have another inversion you prefer to take, you're more than welcome to practice that safely, of course. If you're coming with me, let's rock our hips over the shoulders. Use your hands to support your lower back. When you're ready, we walk the hands down towards the shoulder blades and really actively squeeze your bum to extend the toes up towards the sky. Think of stacking the hips over the shoulders and the toes over the hips. If you have a bun in like me, makes it a little bit more tricky. Remembering this is a shoulder stand, not a neck stand, so keep the weight in the shoulders. Let's stay for another inhale. And exhale to bend the knees in towards the chest, as slow and as controlled as you can. Can you roll down through each vertebrae all the way onto your mat? As you arrive, we'll find happy baby. Bend the knees into the armpits. Hold onto the knees, the feet, maybe the toes. Think of pulling the knees into the armpits while pressing the tailbone down to the ground. Option to stay still, option to have a little bit of a play, kicking the feet into the hands, maybe finding a stag, extending one leg, maybe extending both legs. We have another 2 breaths to explore here. And when you're ready, let's extend those arms and legs long on your mat. Take up as much space as you'd like to as we find our way to our final resting pose, Shavasana. Maybe walking those shoulder blades one more step together. Just scanning through the body. As you pass through each body part, just letting it melt into the mat beneath you. There's no more shapes to create. Just allowing your body to be. Shavasana. And feel free to hang out here for as long as you would like. And when you're ready to come back to it, slowly introducing some movements, maybe some wrist, ankle, hip circles, maybe finding a full body stretch, taking the hands up over the head. Maybe hug the knees into the chest or roll over to your favorite side, whatever helps you feel reconnected. Maybe just taking this moment as another moment of gratitude for yourself, your practice, your body, your health. Maybe another 2 or 3 more things that you're really grateful for today. And when you're ready, slowly making your way up, we'll meet in a seated position with our eyes closed or gaze softened. Let's take one more deep cleansing breath before we close out our practice. Wherever you are, releasing the air in your lungs. Taking a big inhale, filling the belly, ribs, chest. Open the mouth side out. Allowing your hands to come to your heart space. Thank you so much for choosing to flow with me today, moving your bodies intuitively and honoring this ancient practice of yoga. Namaste. Thank you so much for choosing to flow with me. I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, any feedback, let me know below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time on the mat.